Hi, I'm Sarah from Moms LA, and I'm here with Tina Hess, who is running for City Council in District 11. So let's meet Tina.
Hello, good morning.
Hi. So Tina, tell me about you. What's your background?
Okay, so Sarah, I've been a prosecutor in the city attorney's office for 25 years. I've spent my career taking on special interest. I'm currently the deputy chief of the Complex and Special Litigation Division of the Criminal Branch, which means I've taken on insurance companies that target women with breast cancer. I've taken on the billboard companies and brought in over $8 million in penalties last year to the city. And I've also taken on banks for not taking care of their foreclosed properties throughout the city. So big litigation. Before that, I was the supervisor of our neighborhood prosecutor program, which put a prosecutor in every police station throughout the city. And I've dealt with environmental and consumer protection cases as well.
So tell me about District 11. It's kind of an interesting, long district. Tell me about it. What are the issues and what do you think you can do for it?
Well, it's curious because in the past several months I've been touring, taking a look at all of the different neighborhoods in the district and looking at it with different eyes than I have ever before. And what occurs to me is that it's a very diverse district, from the Palisades to Westchester to Oceanfront Walk and Mar Vista and Delray. The neighborhoods are very distinct, and so are the people. While it's a very diverse district, there are also commonalities to each of the pockets and neighborhoods. The top issue resounding through all of the districts is traffic and congestion and gridlock. The other big issues that we have relate to the homeless population, the LAX expansion, and issues related to overdevelopment and land use. So I actually do have a plan based on my years dealing with public safety issues throughout the city. I've led many multi-agency task forces to deal with nuisance properties, whether they're gang properties, narcotics, or vice locations. And the key to that is bringing in departments and representatives from across the board. So I've come up with something called the SMART Plan, which stands for Strategic Multi-Agency Response Teams. The idea is that for the communities to highlight the issues that are of importance to them, to identify who can best bring solutions to the table. So that will include city personnel from departments across the board, bringing in the brightest and the best from our universities in the city, because we just have the best universities, and also partnering with private industry to roundtable to come up with short and long-term strategies and effectuate solutions. Part of the difficulties that city departments typically have is that they're charged with a kind of monovision task, as opposed to going across the areas, kind of a multidisciplinary approach to problem solving. And I think that's what's been missing in the district, and I think that's what's been missing citywide.
So we know traffic, congestion, homelessness, and LAX are kind of the big issues facing District 11. So tell me, if you can, your strategy, what your plans are, what you think you can do.
Well, again, by bringing in various departments and disciplines from both the government and private industry and the universities, we're going to set up teams to address each of those issues. With regard to homelessness, part of the solution, it seems to me, is finding appropriate housing for individuals who are eligible for supportive and transitional housing, partnering with the Veterans Administration to make sure they meet their obligations and fulfill their part of an agreement to provide over 200 units to vets on the west side, and bringing in city services to make sure that we can accommodate the needs of those people.
How do you think your years as a prosecutor will help you in this job?
Well, throughout the years, I've worked on a number of multi-agency teams where we brought in personnel from different departments in the city, whether it's dealing with vacant and abandoned properties, whether it's dealing with crack houses or vice motels. The key to problem solving in a city like ours, is to come up with strategies across departmental boards, to make sure that there's accountability, to make sure that there are timelines set. So drawing from that experience as a prosecutor and a problem solver, I think we can employ the same types of teams to solve problems in the district.
So since we're Moms LA, we always want to know about your family, without prying, but we want to know, if you could tell us about your family and how long you've lived in the district.
Sure, I've actually lived in the district for the better part of 20 years. I've owned a home in Mar Vista. Currently own a home in Delray. I've also lived in the Palisades. I lived in the Palisades in a tiny apartment during law school. I have a 4-year-old grandson who is the result of me taking in a pregnant 16-year-old foster daughter.
Oh, wow.
There were a lot of issues related to that, so when the baby was born, both mom and the baby were released to me.
Oh.
So I currently have this wonderful 4-year-old little boy in my life.
Aw, 4-year-old boys are very cute.
He's just wonderful. He's just sweet as could be.
So, Council District 11, I live in it, I love it. What's your favorite part about it?
Well, I love it too. I think that Council District 11 is the jewel of the city, and that's primarily due to the coastline. I love riding my bike along the beach, on the beach bike path. I take my little grandson in the trailer, and we do that a couple weekends a month. I think that the food options are terrific. I'm a little bit of a foodie, so I do have some favorite restaurants.
Can you mention them?
Piccolo is actually one of my favorites on Dudley down by the beach. I just think it's exquisite food in a really casual atmosphere. And I also like places like Pitfire and
Me too.
So I just think it's the coastal ambiance that really lends its charm to District 11. I think it has an impact on all of our neighborhoods and all of our activities day to day, week to week.
So, Tina, tell us why you want to be our elected representative.
Well, I actually think I'm the best qualified candidate. I think my 25 years of experience in the city attorney's office lends itself to problem solving. I have a proven track record of solving problems throughout the city. And quite frankly, when I looked to see who was running for this district and across the races citywide, it occurred to me that there's really a very significant chance that there will be no women on city council next year. And I found that something of a challenge because I think that women must have a voice on city council. I think that children must have a voice on city council and that the elderly must have a voice on city council. And I'm afraid, given past experiences, that a city council of 15 men just won't provide that voice. And that's really a huge reason why I'm running. So, and I'm also the clean money candidate. I'm not accepting money from unions or developers or any other special interests in the city. I think it's really curious that when you look at the front runners, there are currently 8 seats open that will be on the ballot on March 5th. 2, the front runners are incumbents, and in the remaining 6 races, the front runners are 4 chief council deputies, 4 state assemblymen, 1 state senator, and 1 deputy mayor. And I think that for the city to solve the problems that we're facing, particularly the fiscal issues with our budget, that we need new ideas and new perspectives to come up with new solutions. I don't think that the people who got us into this mess can get us out of the mess. So that's another incentive and reason why I'm running.